Hello, in this video I shall be giving the analysis of a topic. The topic is need to build up a cyber resilient world. Because of recent cyber attacks in America, we have to come to know that there has to be major shift in our cyber resiliency. We have to develop our cyber resiliency. We shall analyze about this. These cyber attacks that took place recently in America, these are a series of attacks and they have crippled the infrastructure, data infrastructure of the country. This had a lot of impact on the defense system of the country, which is a very major threat to any country to lose its defense data to somebody. Some examples of these attacks that took place in America, we shall go one after the other. The first one is SolarWinds. It took place in 2020 and is believed to have been done by a Russia-based group of cyber criminals. This breached the data of United States government regarding defense and energy. These two sectors are hit hard because of this cyber attack called SolarWinds. The next one is Hafnium. Hafnium is believed to be a group of cyber criminals from China, and this targeted on Microsoft company of United States. We know how major income the country would get out of Microsoft company, but this got crippled totally because of this attack of cyber criminals on the systems of Microsoft in 2021. The next one is DarkSide. DarkSide is a ransomware attack. Ransomware attack is something that attacks your data or system, and that would require a lot of ransom for you to pay back in order to release that locked system or attacked system. That is ransomware. This is believed to be done by a group from Russia or Eastern Europe. This is over a company called Colonial Pipeline Company. This is one of the major oil pipelines to the United States. So there can be any delay in unlocking the system. So they have to pay a lot of money, like some millions of dollars, in order to get these unlocked systems back. So this is about DarkSide. The next one is Nobelium. It is a Russia-based group, and this is a phishing attack. Phishing is nothing but stealing the important data through some systems, through some engineering, which is called social engineering, by which they'll know the login credentials, they'll know credit card numbers and everything. So this phishing attack is done over 3,000 email accounts that all belong to various important organizations of United States. One example is on all the emails of USAID. So this is one major attack. The next one is over a meat company. The meat company belongs to Brazil and it is working in United States. This is JBS SA. This is also a ransomware attack in which this company has to pay a lot of money to the criminals, cyber criminals, in order to get their data and systems unlocked. So these are some major examples by which we can know that these series are not going to end when such a huge country like America got hit. There's a huge probability for them to spread to small developing countries like ours. So we have to know about the cyber attacks. The domains in which these cyber attacks happen or these cyber criminals work are in two ways. They attack on governments and they also attack on civilians. Civilians in the sense a civilian company or an organization. On governments, they majorly target the military aspects or strategic data because these are major confidential and secret data things that have to be stored by any government. So while attacking this, they'll have the data in hand, which meant they'll have a lot of power and they can demand a lot of money. The one major cyber attack system that these attackers procure these days is called zero-day software. So this cripples the systems and this lies undetected. This is the speciality of zero-day software. So this is being used on governments these days. So this will lie undetected for several months and years. Even if the systems are under a tracker or under an attacker, they will not be known to these owners of the systems, to the country, to the government, because they can lie undetected for several years. And also all this data will be going to them. We do not know. It happens underway. So this is one system called zero-day software. One very recent example of zero-day software is Stuxnet. This is used against Iran, especially on one program of Iran called Uranium Enrichment Program of Iran. Totally this had to come to a devastating end because of this Stuxnet. Because of this had to almost end because all the systems of uranium enrichment program of Iran, all the data, secret data, all the confidential data of it are all taken away by a group. So that is Stuxnet over Iran, one example for zero-day software. So this is how countries and their governments are being attacked by cyber criminals. The next one is over civilians. Civilians tend to face these three kinds of attacks of cybercrime. They are ransomware attack, phishing, and spear phishing. We saw ransomware attack, what it is, and phishing also. Spear phishing is targeted over an individual. It will be targeted over one individual email account, one very important email account, maybe the CEO, the email account of a CEO of a company. So they'll target one individual, major important individual, and they will try to get informations of his important login codes and all. So that is spear phishing. It happened in 2012. One example of this happened in 2012 against Saudi Arabia oil corporation called Aramco Oil Corporation. So this oil corporation is a private corporation, private oil company, and a virus called Shamoon virus is introduced into all the systems of this Aramco Oil Corporation. So because of this, there is a huge fall of Aramco Oil Corporation, one of the major oil producing companies, oil trading companies, and because of this, there is a huge gap between West Asia and Gulf, huge tension between West Asia and Gulf regarding oil production and oil trade. So in this way, even cyber attacks are having their impact on international relations between countries. Coming to India's case, India is one of the most affected cyber attacked country, most affected country. It is in the most affected list. Various types of attacks that India sees every year are ransomware attacks, phishing, and spear phishing attacks. It is most prone, and the most prone sectors in it are mid-sized companies, banking, financial services, oil, electricity grid, and healthcare. So all of these are the most prone sectors in India to cyber attacks. So as we are saying, it is about also healthcare systems are also under threat. Because of this COVID-19, there is a huge impact of cyber attack and relation of cyber attack and healthcare. We have compromised health infrastructure in our country. We don't have secret infrastructure, health infrastructure. Our patients' data are all out now. So more so because of this COVID-19, where everybody is getting vaccinated and tested, all of their data are on public platforms. So because of this, the criminals feel it is a vital commodity to procure the nation's healthcare system data. And cyber criminals are using it as a tool to get it into their hands. They could use it as a tool. So this is a very sensitive data in the view of an individual about his health and also community in a country, and thereby the whole country is under threat of this cyber attacks on healthcare system. So we need to be not to be compromised in our healthcare infrastructure. We must build a strong healthcare infrastructure against cyber attacks in India. Some of the advancements recently that took place in cyber attacks, the criminals are getting advanced. Some of these are reverse engineering. This is not the reverse engineering of a virus, but they would reverse engineer the data. They would change the main codes of a data. And penetration testers are also increasing, because in order to enter into one's data, it is important how deep you get the data entered by the criminal. So that these penetration testers, they are improving in this aspect. All of these advancements are towards probing some secured networks. So some secured networks of a country or of an individual, they are secured to the most. So in order to probe into them, to get inside them, these penetration testers, reverse engineering, these kind of things are technology is being used by these cyber criminals and attackers. So coming to data protection, it is a very precious commodity to the country right now. Not just to India, to the whole world. The most precious commodity of a country today is data. So it has to be protected. Per day in the whole world, we produce or we share more than 3 quintillion bytes of data. And this is done through device endpoint interconnection. So from a device to its endpoint, there has to be a lot of data transferring, and that accounts to this number. And we are exchanging a data in petabytes per day. And there is zero trust environment today. So the data we are sharing or data that we are receiving, these device and endpoint systems are not secured, and there is zero trust based environment today. So there is no data protection literally in the world, and more so in India. So what is the way forward to protect our systems from cyber attacks? We need to build deep technology for attacking back these cyber attacks. Some of the ways we can incorporate are taking the help of artificial intelligence, quantum computing, machine learning, and some physics related, technology related topics like this. And we need to do research on these things. We need to know the vulnerability of the systems, and we need to assess what systems are vulnerable to attacks. As I have listed here, some things are more prone to these attacks, we need to take this vulnerability assessment. Finally, we need to take care of cyber attacks, because this is the fifth domain of warfare and no country is free from this warfare, from the attack of this warfare. So this is the analysis about it. Need to build up a cyber resilient world, and thank you.